Hello everyone, Taylorson here, and welcome to stage 16 of our Tour de France playthrough on the Tour de France 2026 game. We're at the start of the third week, and here is how the GC looks. Tadej Pogacar leads by 1 minute and 17 seconds from Jonas Vingegaard in second. Remco Evenepoel is in third, just under 10 seconds ahead of Paul Seixas, who is 30 seconds ahead of Juan Ayuso in fifth. This battle for the podium is going to be legendary, and it will start with a time trial, and it is a mountainous time trial as well, starting in Évians-les-Bains. It starts with a medium mountain, followed by a descent, and then it's flat all the way to the finish in the second half, so could suit Remco Evenepoel. Here we go then. Juan Ayuso is on the start block. And I'm already very concerned because at the bottom of your screen, it's a -1 for the Spanish rider. So we're going to have to just see how this one goes. Straight underway and into the TT position we go. We're just going to go all out on this medium mountain effort. And then, once we hit the top of the medium mountain, just try our best to rail the descent as best as possible. And then all out on the flat. Hopefully once we've recovered all of our red stamina. But let's have a review of the first checkpoint. Ilan van Wilder currently leads, being the best climber on the road at the moment. Josh Tarling just ahead of Filippo Ganna. Derek G not doing too badly in fourth. So 16 minutes is his time. We're looking for 15 minutes and 54 seconds in this time trial. And I think that is very much doable on this terrain. It's been a while though since we've reviewed how the real life Tour de France is going, and we've had a fair few mountain stages up until this point, which I've not really caught up on, at least on video. You've not heard my thoughts on them, so I thought I'd use this time trial to express my feelings on how this tour has gone. And we start off with stage 13, won by Mauro Schmid. Great little redemption arc for him. And hopefully we're going for a redemption arc with Juan Ayuso on this stage, heading towards the first time check. Del Toro has just gone quicker than Ilan van Wilder. Probably to be expected at the first time check. And we are onto a flatter section now, so we'll ease off the power ever so slightly. But Del Toro distances Van Wilder by 6 seconds, who he himself had a good tour to start off with, has kind of faded away towards the end. But Mauro Schmid though, good stage win for him, out sprinting Harold Tejada, probably reversing the ghost of Jonas Abrahamsson from last year's tour, who won the stage in a sprint against Schmid, so that's probably got to be good for the mentals of Mauro Schmid, who's had such a good season and has rounded it up with a Tour de France win mid-year, so there's good things to come surely for him, and reports are that he's on his way to Q36.5, which could be a very fun transfer for them. Either way, we're heading towards the line now. Matteo Jorgensen now leads with 15:22 his time. Lipovitz at 15 minutes 28, and we're not going to trouble those two, but it looks like we'll be around Del Toro and Van Wilder's time, and across the line we go. And it's not bad, it's top 5, 15 minutes 51 though isn't fantastic. It's not bad, 3 seconds ahead of our predicted time as Matthias Skjelmose goes across the second check. But I'm not too disappointed. I think we can gain some time on the descent. But we are gaining time on Carapaz in front of us, so that is a good thing at least. Remco Evenepoel has just flown through the first time check ahead of Matteo Jorgensen, not by much though, which is a positive for us. He is leading the way and I expect him to win this stage in real life. Down the descent we go, trying to get our red energy back and railing some of these corners, but I've not done any of the stages of the Tour de France in the Tour de France game. I've not played them, so this is completely first time playing for all of these stages so far, hence why I probably did so badly in the time trial. I know I won it with Juan Ayuso, but I've seen other videos where basically the whole team are in first, so maybe I didn't do too great there. But on the descent, we move up to third place, and Florian Lipovic is just ahead of us. Jorgensen leads the way at time check 2. I feel like that time is about to be blown out the water, at least Ayuso's, by Remco Evenepoel, but we'll see how he goes. Paul Seixas moves into second place with a good descent for him. Meanwhile, Del Toro is across the finish in first place. We're not doing too badly though. Again, Carapaz isn't doing too well. We've got him in our sights now as we head towards the finish, so we don't really need to worry about him. We can look forwards instead of backwards in terms of GC movement. Jonas Vingegaard is 4 seconds behind Remco Evenepoel at time check 2, so good time from him as well. But then the real-life tour got to the serious mountains of Lamarckstein on stage 14, and Tadej Pogacar just tortures the field, once again showing that he is by far the best rider at this race from a GC perspective. And what I found really interesting was that Jonas Vingegaard was riding to take Remco Evenepoel off his wheel. He was really concerned about the Belgian, especially with this time trial ahead, and it makes his crash on the next stage all the more difficult to take. But we're approaching the finish line now at full speed. I've got Remco Evenepoel to win the stage in real life. We're going to try and give it a good go with Juan Ayuso around the final bend. We've actually got more than enough stamina to spare, so we could have used a little bit more, but across the line we go. Now we wait for the rest of the GC competitors. And the stage winner is a Visma Lisa Bike rider. Has Jonas Vingegaard once again gained time on Tadej Pogacar? The answer, surprisingly, is no. Matteo Jorgensen takes stage victory. That will move him up in the GC, and probably a little bit of redemption for him as well after finishing third on the previous stage. Tadej Pogacar retains the yellow jersey for UAE Team Emirates XRG, and I fully expect him to do that in the real-life tour until the end. But the question will still need to be answered as to whether Jonas Vingegaard has gained time on him or not. Oh dear, Juan Ayuso finishes third, 5 seconds behind Remco Evenepoel. That is not bad at all. We've limited the losses to the best TT guy in the GC hunt. He doesn't win the stage though, Matteo Jorgensen wins it, but look at that marker. Ayuso is ill, and that could pose a real problem for the next couple of stages. It is going to be a serious fight to try and get into that top 3 overall. Florian Lipovic, good time trial for him, finishing somehow ahead of Pogacar, but with his +2, I mean, fair enough. Jonas Vingegaard loses 9 seconds to the leader of the race, which means in the general classification, Tadej Pogacar leads the way by 1:26 from Jonas Vingegaard. Remco Evenepoel third at 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Paul Seixas fourth, 2 minutes 59. And Juan Ayuso has gone within 14 seconds of Paul Seixas for the white jersey. Matteo Jorgensen's stage win, incidentally, has moved him up to 6th place in the general classification. But I don't think we'll be looking behind at the American. We'll be looking forward to the next couple of stages, which will be in the next episode. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new, and stay safe, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.